President Trump is threatening to sue the BBC for $1 billion in a legal letter from President Trump's lawyer to the BBC. The lawyer says the president wants a retraction of the documentary where they took 2 clips of him speaking and stuck them together to give a meaning that wasn't the correct meaning, and they would like compensation and an apology. The deadline for the BBC to comply with this, the lawyer says, is Friday, and if President Trump doesn't get what he's asking for, then they are threatening to sue the BBC for $1 billion. And President Trump does have form. Some US broadcasters have had to pay him out some millions of pounds in compensation when he threatened to sue them. And the problem for the BBC is that if there is a payout to President Trump, and the BBC have said it wasn't right to put these 2 clips together, so they have admitted the mistake, but if money is paid out, it will come from license fee payers. That will be public money, and that is not a good situation for the BBC to be in. Questions are being raised about whether they should have admitted this mistake earlier and apologised. And I think there is some truth in that. BBC news sources say that the news team had a statement ready to go to apologise earlier in the week, but the BBC board didn't want that going. And the BBC chairman sort of admitted that there was a delay because they wanted to get all the facts right. But what that did is that left a vacuum. But it's not just this issue of President Trump. Some members of the board, we understand, were frustrated and annoyed that some of the issues that the BBC is accused of bias on the way it reports transgender issues, on the way it reports on Gaza and the Middle East, issues with BBC Arabic, they weren't dealt with properly. And so I think this combination of those issues, the failure to deal with the President Trump issue, is what has led to 2 of the BBC bosses resigning, and now this legal threat from the American president.